guys, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, welcome back. Don't forget to hit the bell icon right next to it, notifies you when a new video comes up. Also join the lovelies. Don't forget to like the video and comment down below. Your favorite thing to do when you're bored. So this video is different from the rest, just by the thumbnail. Any of you guys know me well enough, I don't like clickbait, so anything that's coming from my thumbnail is in the video. So, you guys know, or should know, if you don't, hi, I'm Blaze. I am about to be 24 in like a couple, less than a week, maybe 2 weeks maybe. I haven't paid attention. And I am a mental health advocate. You know, I am very vocal about helping out other people and making sure everybody else is heard. And I vent a lot about my own problems and what I'm going through basically. But there are some things about me that not a lot of people know. And that's because I close them off. It's secrets and vulnerability that I do not show. And that is because I have been burned and hurt and damaged before, that I am fearful of being or going through it again. So I thought showing you guys what I would look like when I'm not filming, or when I'm not on appointments, or when I'm not out in public, and what I basically do, and talking about some stuff that are very personal to me that I normally wouldn't want the world to know. So in the thumbnail, you saw a mug. This mug, to be exact. Me going like this. Well, in this mug, there's just Diet Coke. Because it is 3 in the afternoon. Probably 4. About to be 4 in the afternoon. Who needs coffee at 4 in the afternoon? Who? Sure is definitely not me. So it's Diet Coke. So, before we get to the seriously juicy vulnerability secrets, I wanted you guys to know that this is actually how I wear my hair when I'm not on the phone with somebody, on a video chat, when I am not on appointments, not making videos, not making TikToks, not doing the important stuff that has to do with public. If I'm just watching a video on YouTube, or listening to music, or watching a movie, my hair is most likely like this, or in a bun, which you see in most of my videos, because why not? So I use 2 hair ties, my green brush, and I put up in a messy bun most of the time, because I stopped caring about perfect buns, because, you know, it's kind of stupid, and I have very particular things about my hair. But I'm autistic, so I like things very particularly a certain way. But yeah, that's the bun, and that's how it is. My fit is usually this tank top, or another tank top, or this white tank top, which is my pajama top, with these leggings and this jacket. I do not wear socks indoors. Excuse me, Diet Coke does not pair well with this video. Excuse me. I don't wear makeup. I don't paint my nails because I do have this very unhealthy habit of biting my nails to the point they do not look healthy, to the point they bleed, because I don't focus very well. And anxiety is anxiety, no matter what form it's in. I'm exposing myself to the limit. I dress nice in public or on videos or on TikToks because I feel the need to have at least some decency in my life, even if most of the days I spend in pajamas. If that makes any sense to anyone. Because it makes sense to me, because I do it. But I lay in this bed almost 24/7. Except when I get up to go to the kitchen or the bathroom or sit in the living room for about 20 minutes because I realize I haven't left my room in days. My parents have adapted to that. They don't bother me. They leave me alone. The only time they ask for something is if they need me or they want me to do something, which I don't care. I have coping skills, like any other human would. Coping skills are like hobbies, but you use them for when your emotions are a certain type of way. Mostly anger or high strong emotions. So for me, anger, depression, are my two high strong emotions. I don't get very happy, and when I do, it's only last at least a couple hours to a couple minutes, so I don't have to worry about it. And most of my happy, if I'm really, really happy and it lasts longer than 2 hours, it's because I'm manic. And when I'm manic, I'm all over the place. So, I journal. That's my high point of coping. I am a writer in general. I write books. I'm in the middle of writing a book. And I write novels and short stories. And I journal. And those boxes behind me, there's 2 of them. The bottom one is full of journals that I've filled up over the years of my life to the point where I had to get new ones. So I write. And because I go to therapy weekly, I write as much as I possibly can so that I can either remember what happened in the week, or I could just hand my therapist the journal and be like, here. And she reads it and she goes, okay, this is what happened. Let's talk about it. I don't have to say a word unless I have to. But I journal. I listen to music a lot. It's like probably 75% of my day is music. Because it's a great way to ignore the world, escape reality, just like reading. I read also. I read and listen to music at the same time. I have ADD, so my mind does multitasking to the max. I can do at least 6 things at once and still know what I'm doing. So I do a lot of reading and writing and journaling at the same time. And when I'm reading, I do it to escape the world that I'm in, the world that I'm living in. So I go to a different world. And then I listen to music, and it does the same exact thing that reading does. It's just I can do it remotely. If you don't know this about me, I cry only at 2 a.m. or after. Anytime that after my parents have gone to bed, that's when I break down. because I am very vulnerable. I don't like people seeing me cry, and it's more the fact that growing up, I was told that I cried for no reason, that I was doing it for attention, that I was just plain out being weak. And I take that to heart. Words hurt, and it's been 10 plus years and words still hurt. So I have my own moments, and I don't let anyone see it until I'm alone by myself. Except a couple once in a while, there has been times I've cried in front of people, and I've hated myself for it, because as much as I know it's okay to be vulnerable, at the same time, my vulnerability has been used against me as a weapon, and I have paid the price multiple times, more than I should have to. I spilled. You're probably wondering why I have a towel beside me. And second towel on the floor. I spill. That's another thing. I spill a lot of drinks. I get very clumsy and just spill. So I have everything beside me so I don't make a mess. But anyways, my ex, both my exes, have seen me cry. And they used it against me. My recent ex and his friends used it against me. My ex-friends used it against me. My own family used it against me. So I don't cry in front of people for reasons. 3 years ago, my pet lizard died. It was my sister's lizard, but she left him with me, and I took care of him till his last breath. He was like family. He was a buddy to me, my best friend, basically. And I lost him. I wasn't home when he died. I was out of town at my grandparents' in Nevada, and I lost him. And when I heard the news, I had a feeling he was going to pass. I already knew, but I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. And so when I heard the news, I broke down in tears at a gas station in front of my dad and in front of my grandparents, and I cried for days. And when I basically kept crying, I was told that I was crying over a lizard and that I should get over it. That was using my weakness against me. And I vowed to make sure that never happened again until it did. And then I hated myself for doing it again because, I make mistakes. And I'm human. Everybody makes mistakes. But when I make mistakes, I hate myself for it because of it. Because I know better. And I know I should do better. That's why. This is one of the reasons why I don't talk about it. Because no one should really hate themselves. People should always say, you should love yourself before loving somebody else. You know what? Loving yourself isn't as easy as reading a book. Loving yourself takes time and patience and guidance, and I haven't learned that yet, sadly to say. You guys know this about me, but I have struggled with self-harm for so many years now. And this March 7th was supposed to be 100 days. But I got so angry that I stabbed myself with a pen and had to reset the clock. I was so angry with myself and so guilty because I didn't want to believe that it was self-harm, because I wanted to really, truly get to 100 days. And that's saying something. You guys know that I joke about things. If you know me well enough, I joke about it a lot. I use it as like a sense of humor. I use self-harm as a humor. I use talking about death as a humor, and it's more of my way to vent about feelings than anything else. But this one time, I thought if I could make it to 100 days, I could make myself proud enough and prove myself worthy enough that I could make it. I really genuinely felt that way. I was confident, and I was ready, and I was positive. I tried not to think about it. I tried using coping skills. I tried focusing. My anger just got the best of me, and people always say, people say and watch when I talk about my anger and how I try really hard not to get angry. And that is mostly because I spent years getting angry and hurting people that are family and hurting people I love because I was angry. And I never really wanted to do that again. That's the reason why I started self-harming, was because I never wanted to hurt somebody again. And I thought if I hurt myself, it would make up for whatever I screwed up or fucked up in the past. So I thought doing that, or doing that action, would make amends or get my brain to realize I don't want to hurt people. But this time my anger got the best of me, and I ended up hurting myself to the point where I disappointed myself, and that's very hard to do, to disappoint myself, because I worked really hard to get how hard I worked to get to where I was, which was like 2 months, almost 3 months. It baffled me how disappointed I was. I try not to get disappointed, because when you disappoint yourself, you get more guilty. You get more emotional. So I'm working on a lot of things, and I'm getting help from very, very nice friends and family members, and they're guiding me through this path of love and kindness. And yes, I am a mental health advocate for you guys. At the same time, I am also a person that is struggling to even stay on track with their own mental health. So keep in mind, if I don't end up posting, or if I don't post on time, or if I don't post in general, don't take it to heart. Take it to the recognition of like, maybe something came up, or something happened, or I need to give a positive vibe or something. I work as hard as I possibly can, and at the moment, technology is against me. So please, I will advocate for you and let you be heard, as long as you advocate for me and let me be known. I love you guys so much. I work as hard as I possibly can for you guys, and I just want you guys to know that me talking about this stuff is very personal, so please don't use it against me to hurt me in the future. Please use it as a way of, you can trust me because I was open with you, that you can be open with me. And with that, I will see you guys next time. I love you. Stay safe, Stay you. Stay always. Bye.